Alright, Charlie Hustle 55. Okay, I've had a few people ask me about my Yaesu 3200 they've seen in one of my previous videos. Guy was asking me how I liked it. I've had two of these for over a year, and I've had to send one back to Yaesu due to the final went up in the radio, stopped transmitting. And it's after about 6 months, and that was the radio on my base. And my SWRs are fine. There's nothing wrong with my SWRs. It's the first thing they ask you. So I had to send it back to California. They put a new final in it, sent it back, and it's been fine ever since. But I know at least 5 or 6 other guys that has these 3200s, which had to send them back to California because the finals went out in them. You know, Yaesu's been a pretty good radios. I've had a lot of the Yaesus over the years and no issues. This is the very first radios I've ever had that had the final went up or anything like that I had to send it back to the company. When you talk to Yaesu on the phone in California, of course they're full of BS. Oh no, we're not getting many of them back. But if you get on the internet and look around, they're getting a lot of them back. They may have fixed the issue by now. I'm not sure. But that's not the purpose of this video, to bash Yaesu. You know, I've had a lot of Yaesu stuff over the years, and I've never had a lot of issue with it. But I've asked a person to ask me how easy it was to change settings in the radio to program it and stuff like that. He said he wanted me just to show how easy it is to set like the automatic power off and stuff like that. And it's simple. You just get down here to the MHZ setup button, you hold it in, that puts you into your memory. You got 1 through 53 setup menus you can get into. You was talking about the automatic power off, stuff like that. So I'll just go through to the automatic power off, APO. We'll find that in just a second here. Your RF squelch. You know, you can set all your repeater shifts and inputs, squelch type, temperature. Oh, I like this because it's got the temperature setting on it. Radio's 98 degrees, sitting here in the vehicle, the window's up, of course. And I am in my work truck, so if it looks kind of dirty and dusty, well, it's my work truck. It's the way it goes. Alright, temperature, timeout timer. You guys all know about, okay, APO is number 1 in the menu. Number 1 in your setup menu. APO, I got this one set for 2.5 hours. So if I forget to turn the radio off and the radio's not getting keyed up, 2.5 hours, the radio cuts itself off. And the thing about these 3200s, sometimes the fans will stay on. The fan in the back will stay on from the time you turn this radio on until you turn it off, especially here in the summertime when the radio is warm. So if you get out of your vehicle and leave it for any length of time, 8 hours going to work or what, you may come back to a dead battery. If you got a bad battery in the first place, a little weak battery, this fan will pull it down. I've had it pull it down on this vehicle. I came home Friday after work, forgot to turn the radio off before I had the timer set. Monday morning, went to go to work and it wouldn't start. I left the radio on, and the automatic power setting wasn't set. So I set it for 2.5 hours. Now, if, you know, I go somewhere and I forget to turn it off, it cuts itself off. But that's how you get into the setup. You got, I think, 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours. 12 hours a time. So within 12 hours, if the radio doesn't get keyed up or anything, it'll cut itself off. And you can set it, you know, 6 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. I set this one 2.5. Actually, I'll just leave it at 2. And then you just key the mic up again, and that backs you back out of it. But other than that, these are pretty nice radios. I had the issue with the final on one of them, and sent it back to Yaesu. They put a new final in it, sent it back, and it's been fine, knock on wood, ever since. The other one I have no issues yet so far. But I do know 5 people that had to send theirs back to California for finals going up on them. And I think we all bought these radios about the same time, around the first of the year, 2018, around the first of the year, towards the end of last year and the beginning of this year. And 5 people I know of, including myself, had to send them back to Yaesu. You talk to Yaesu, oh no, we're not getting any of them back. Well, that's a bunch of BS, because they was. And but this video's not here to, I'm not bashing Yaesu. You know, they're good. I've had a lot of Yaesu equipment over the years and no issues. This was the very first radio I've ever had since I've had my license that I've had to send back for repair. So, you know, it's not built like a CB radio. They're built pretty nice. They're nice radios. But yeah, the guy wanted to know how easy it was to get into the menu to change stuff. Hold that button down, bam, you're in there. You got 1 through 53 menu settings. You know, your dimmer. Let's get this radio's got a mic gain on it. I leave it on 9. Wide open's 9. You know, it's got beautiful receive. It's just an overall good. It's a good radio. Just the issue with the final going out. It's not real big. It's thin. If you can see that, it's really easy to hook up. No problems hooking it up. Here's the little fan back there. Like I said, this is my work truck, so it's kind of dirty. So just get over it. And that's it. That's all I can show you there. I like the Yaesu 3200 too, because the speaker in the front. If that speaker firing towards the front like that, it's really nice. You know, you can hear the radio. It's not, you know, you don't have to crank it up because there's the speaker shooting down into the floor. And that's about it. That's all I can show you. And you just key up to get out of the menus. Okay. The guy that emailed me, there you go. It's easy to do. Change the power. You just hold this button in. This one here. And there you go. It goes for high, medium, or low and medium. Right there. I run this one on high, and then just push that again to get out of it. You want to set the squelch, you just tap this button, and there's your squelch. I run it about 5 in here in the Mobile. Okay. And you got your reverse and other buttons and stuff there for the reverse. The program, it's easy. You go. I'm not going to you can go into VFO mode, go to the frequency you want, and then go back into your menu, set your tones and stuff, and then hold the VM button down, and bam, right there in memory you go. You're back into the memory. But other than that, final going up, the radio's been rock solid. So there you go. Yaesu digital analog transceiver FTN 3200. This one here, the final went up on it after 6 months. Sent it back. They fixed it. Knock on wood, so far good. My SWRs are dead flat. I use a good antenna, and I check my SWRs occasionally. And there you go. I hope that helped the fella out that emailed me. It's a really simple, easy radio to program and adjust the memory on and all that kind of stuff. Just make sure if you put it in a Mobile, you set your automatic power off. Because in the summertime, when it's warm, the fan's going to stay on. And you park your car for whatever for a few hours. If your battery's weak anyway, it'll kill it. It'll kill it quick, too. All right, I hope that helped you guys out. Anybody, if you know, this kind of stuff, I'll be doing more of these little radio things, stuff like that. So hopefully this helps somebody out. Please hit the subscribe button if you get a chance. Catch you guys later. Charlie Hustle. See ya.